Greetings to all seekers, star seeds, volunteers, indigos, light beings, light bringers, and any other labels and non-labels, human beings and aliens. I greet you all with love, light, strength, humility and divine love. It has been a while that I have come to write, but be sure that you are always on my mind. If you are an enemy and you are reading this post, welcome. Today, the topic at hand is things that I believe you should know and adhere to if you are on your spiritual path. Time is at hand, whether you know it or not, so I no longer have time to mince words or spoon-feed information anymore. We are in the waters of the new earth, very soon to arrive totally. However, the breeze from our arrival port can already be felt at the present place we stand. The frequencies of the old earth have gone and we are experiencing new frequencies, new vibrations, in these waters which will affect how we think, our actions, our words, and how we consciously ascend to light. I believe it is my duty as to who I am to do my part in assisting those who do not know, to know. Those who think they know, to know more. If I continue to do this, then I am doing my human service, as you should do your own. Things you should know and adhere to along your spiritual journey. 1. The journey that humans are on is a regression to ancient times. Although, in our temporal world we will view this journey as a progression, this progression is indeed a regression. In other words, the earth is going through a reset, although moving forward on a temporal timeline, but backwards in a spiritual timeline. In ancient times, man's belief and understanding of the God force was in nature and all that they could see and understand. We are currently in a time where sickness and disease has ravished the earth and the lifespan of man is short. However, in order to escape this trap, the minds of man must be focused upon his spirituality. At this writing, Spirit weeps for mankind and his spiritual condemnation to earthly suffering. 2. The ego is of one of the sufferings of mankind. For those who are on a path of consciousness but wish to be seen, heard, and famed, then ego lies within the mind of that person and this itself is a condemnation to his path and also to his spirit. The ego is not only the need for acknowledgement, it is a major destroyer and adversary of spiritual evolution because it stifles humility, a passive state which is necessary in order to receive enlightenment. 3. There is a clarion call for every spiritual person who feels the need to wake up and give their messages, either individually from person to person or in song form, poetry, book, film or other expression. However, if persons on their path shakes themselves awake enough to find their message and put it forth, they will be able to be a part of the new earth when it arrives. The awakening of the consciousness is necessary in order to survive where the earth is heading to. 4. There is no way that a person who is on their path to consciousness or seeking to embracing their spirituality should be selfish or heartless or ungrateful or without compassion. We are living in a world where morality is attached to humankind is fading or has faded. Morality points to good character and virtuous personalities. Humans must examine themselves to see their minds and how they think. We, who are already here in adulthood, must remember that new generations are coming through us and what we create here for them is what they will come to inherit. Be among those who create good things by the way you live your life. Watch your speech. Watch your actions. Watch your thoughts. 5. Every human being on the planet has some spot of evil implanted within their psyche. From Mother Teresa to the Pope. The physical body cannot withstand the atmosphere of this world without the presence of evil within it. However, this evil seed that is innate within humans of this world is stirred awake by trauma. For others who strive for goodness, this seed is merely subdued or controlled. 6. Know the necessity of evil in the world and its role in your evolution. The problem with the world is not that evil exists, but that evil reigns supreme. Evil manifests itself by the hypnosis of glamour upon the ignorant mind. However, these forces are necessary so as to ascend human consciousness on the spiritual totem pole if the human is able to overcome or defeat the evil. However, evil is not only that which is obviously destructive and external but also those things of a material nature which impersonate the good, and attracts and traps the mind of man. If these evils can be overcome, which is the purpose of their existence as testers and examiners, then one is improved and evolves as a result. 7. With everything, from the time you are born to the date that you choose to leave this particular earth, you must do your human service. Be it benevolent towards humanity or malevolent towards humanity. Let me explain that. Benevolent work is rewarded. Malevolent work that leads to benevolent understanding, perception, growth, evolution, embraced spirituality, will be rewarded by that which is unknowable and is our divine source. This is important because the world has it twisted that good is good and bad is bad. No. Bad is good too, but this bad must lead one out of murky waters and into light. If a bad deed leads to an improved law, an improved personality, the discovery of an illness, the founding of a city, the freedom of people, and so on, that which is unknowable to us will reward that bad deed for its good service. No spirit can ever die or be harmed, only the body that is programmed with emotions can experience terrors. The spirit at all times stays alive even when the body has turned to ash. In other words, whatever pain or suffering that is caused by one to another, it is only for a particular reason, and that which we call evil in the temporal world, in the spiritual world is a lesson and an experience to be learned by others. 8. If you have a spiritual mentor or guide, you should not see devastation in your life as long as you do not defile this mentor in any way behind or before his presence, as this is a great offense in the world of spirit. Likewise, a true mentor should never defile the student in any way, shape or form but rather act as the spiritual parent. However, if this does happen, then the student should allow the universe to judge the matter, and maintain his own innocence. Having a mentor places you under the protection of that mentor on the cosmological plane, and you did not only meet this mentor on the physical plane through happenstance. He or she was chosen by you for both of you to meet in this world, and the value and respect between mentor and student should continue even after the mentor's transition. Love, trust and faith in one's spiritual mentor has remarkable rewards for the student. One of such rewards is invisible protection, as the spirit of the mentor will cover his charge, and cosmological love, as the universe favors and delights in those who, with the heart of a child, lives in gratitude and obedience. 9. Be more observant of people you meet. Oftentimes, when you believe you are speaking to an ordinary human being, you are actually speaking to a high being who, though in mortal flesh, is high in virtue and purity of heart. Oftentimes, your own spiritual development will be tested as you travel along your journey, and high beings will meet you in ordinary ways and in ordinary, often humble conditions. Keep respectful of all people and keep vigilant. You must not divide your spiritual life from your mundane life. The spiritual exists within the mundane, and the mundane exists as the effect of the spiritual. Therefore, you may often undergo trials to test your strength, courage, compassion, generosity, and more. It may be difficult to recognize high beings in flesh, however, most often these beings bring light to wherever they go. Their presence alone prevents destruction and chaos to a home, town, state, nation, or earth at large. Wherever they visit, patronize, reside, or pass through, that place experiences either blessing, enlightenment, hope, prosperity, luck, peace, expansion and more. These beings are also examples of virtue. 10. A student learns the most in silence. Silence is the greatest teacher. If you have a mentor, do not underestimate the inestimable value of silence shared between you. Practice more silence. One day you will know what this means. Thank you for listening.